this video I wanted to work on the environment more, because it's all, we have a nice landscape, but there's nothing in it. We have the sky, which looks well, like a happy place, and well, I just wanted to make it all a little bit more more lively, a little bit more well, scary maybe. So I'm going to delete these ICBMs because we don't need them anymore. I'm going to start with changing the lighting settings and changing the sun, because I had the idea that I want the sun to set like below the mountain over here. That seemed nice, so I'm just going to move it over a little bit like this. See if the arrow is sort of pointing in the right direction. It is. And the problem is now that the sun is still over there in the inner world. So this is a special coupling between a light source and the sky sphere, and the sky sphere uses the light source to calculate where the sun is and what the environment lighting should be. So we have a button here to refresh the material, and as you can see, when I press play right now, the sun is right over there. Just want it a little bit more lower, 5 more degrees. Go back to the sky sphere, click refresh. Still a little bit more. Sky sphere, refresh. That looks more like it. I want to one more. Back to the sky sphere, refresh. Now the sun is gone. I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to change the rotation manually. So let's see, now it's on 93, 90. So I just want it to be like minus 91. Perhaps. No, that's not enough. Back to the light source, set the rotation to minus 92. Refresh. Now it seems like nothing changed. Maybe I'm changing the wrong value. Oh, when I'm rotating, it's changing multiple values. So try this on minus 8, see whether that's working. I moved it up, so minus 5. Refresh, that's too much, but at least I'm changing the correct number. Minus 6.5. Yes, now it's just setting behind the mountain. So, right, there's another thing we can add. Let's first of all rebuild the lighting, and we're going to add some fog. So I'm going to search for fog, and I'm going to drag in exponential height fog, and you can immediately see that the whole environment has turned a little bit foggy. What I want to do is I want to change the color of the fog. I want it really red. Well, like that, exactly. Now the sky is all red and burning, and well, you know, apocalypse style. There are some more settings you can change, like the density. and it's really subtle. Can reset back. I'm going to make the fog a little more dense because it enhances the red. The height fall off, let's see. No, it makes it that is too much. I'm just going to leave this like this. Opacity. When I do it like this, you see in the right corner over there, it becomes a little less red. I'm just going to leave these settings to the default, and you can of course play around with the lighting and do whatever you want. There's another option here for volumetric fog, which really gives the more of a feeling that the fog is actually in the world. Just turn it off and on, and you can see that it's really the fog is in front of the mountain, and the background gets more vague. So recalculate the lighting once more. So I like this. Okay, there are more settings on the light. For instance, you can enable light shafts, and then you get a really nice shafts of light. If you add bloom, you can of course you can change this however you like, and you can always just press the yellow arrows on the right to reset. I don't like the bloom, it's too much, and well, I do like the light shafts though, so I'm going to leave those in there. So with the light, oh, look at that. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Okay, so with the light fixed up, I wanted to show you some tricks to place objects in the world. So go to the root folder and to starter content, and then open the props folder. And in here there is a rock and a bush, and that seems like, well, it's not that much, but I'm going to show you some tricks to really well, make the world more lively with only two props basically. So I'm going to drag a rock here. I want to make a cliff. So I'm going to move that a little bit up. I'm going to rotate it around. I think I want the cliff to start a little lower. And now this is the trick. Well, it's not really that much of a trick, but you just need to well, get a nice feeling for it. When I rotate it around, duplicate it, rotate it a little bit more, perhaps rotate it a little bit like this, move it a little inward, and you move back. This really does not look like the same rock, but it is. So repeat that. This time we are going to move up. Rotate this like this, a little further, and again, this is the same rock, but it sure does not look like it. Duplicate it again, moving it, rotating. Maybe I want to use the front part a little more, because we haven't really used that. And as you can see, when you repeat this a lot of times, you press play, there's no way to see this is actually the same rock, but still it is. And the same goes for the bush. So let's say I want some green in between here. This adds even more randomness. Let's call it randomness to the environment. And when I put some bushes in between here, it really looks like it's too dark to really see, unfortunately. But you get the idea. Just place a couple of bushes over here. Maybe rotate one, and rotate this one like this, so nobody can see it. It's the same bush, unless you are looking really hard, of course. So I'm just going to spend some time dressing up the world, adding rocks, adding a bit more effects here and there. There's also particle effects, so say you want some steam in the background, like there's a fire going on. You can just move it like this. Just place it, just place it in the air. And not sure what the up direction is for this steam. It seems to be always going right. Maybe when I rotate it like this. Well, it seems to be following some. Alright, that arrow is up, obviously. But it's still like it's following the wind or something. Anyway, maybe we can try it with smoke instead. So I'm just going to scale this up. Like a big fire. Going to delete this one. Press play. I put it too low, I guess. Now you can see that it's like there's smoke in the distance. There's a fire, without really there being a fire, of course. I'm gonna move it a little bit more to the background. Scale it up. Control W to duplicate. Rotate. Go back to our camera. Press play, and now there's a fire in the distance. Anyway, these are some tricks, and well, I'm going to spend some time doing this here and there and make a lively world. Welcome back. As you can see, I've done a lot more work on the world. I have reset the sun back to its original position to get a little bit more light in our valley. I've added some more factories and put some stuff in the foreground, a little bit more in the background. And all in all, I'm pretty happy with the result. I put a bunch of rocks here, and on the right I put a bunch of rocks as well. We have nice cliffs over here. Let's just play a game, and then you can see what the result looks like for me. So I hope you've come up with something unique, and I'm curious to see your results. Well, see you in the next video.